On the morning of Monday, October 4, the airspace around Palma de Mallorca was busy and thunderstorms in the area were impacting arrivals. Among the aircraft bound for Palma were an EasyJet A320neo operating flight EZ2271 inbound from London Luton, and a go-to-sky Boeing 737-800 operating flight Touristic 2222 inbound from Hanover. After a brief hold over the Bay of Palma, air traffic control positioned the EasyJet A320neo to intercept the localizer for runway 06 left. The go-to-sky Boeing 737 was vectored behind it to follow it on the approach. Both aircraft were flying at 3,000 feet. Unexpectedly, and possibly due to thunderstorms on the missed approach path on the other side of the airport, EZ-23 Papa Delta turned off the localizer and into the path of Touristic 2222. Both crews received a TCAS Traffic Advisory, and air traffic control intervened and corrected the loss of separation. EZ-23 Papa Delta was instructed to climb to 4,000 feet, and Touristic 2222 instructed to descend to 2,000. The captain of the go-to-sky aircraft later reported that air traffic control admonished the crew of the EasyJet aircraft for failing to report they were deviating from their planned track. After the conflict was cleared, Touristic 2222 continued on to land on runway 06 left, while EZ-23 Papa Delta climbed to flight level 80 and repositioned for an approach to runway 24 left, as the storm moved over and to the south of the airport. Just before midnight on Wednesday, October 6, an American Airlines Boeing 787 was operating flight 2524 from Miami to Dallas-Fort Worth. Shortly after departing from runway 8 right, the crew alerted air traffic controllers that the aircraft's gear synoptic display reported that they had blown a tire on departure, and they wished to return to Miami. The crew requested aviation rescue and firefighting vehicles be present for their arrival on runway 12, and advised that they could land and clear the runway, but would require a tug to a gate. The aircraft landed on runway 12 after about 12 minutes in the air, where AFs received the aircraft and reported 2 blown tires on the left main gear. The aircraft was towed to a gate where passengers were flown on a replacement 787 to Dallas with a delay of 3.5 hours. Also late in the evening on October 6, an Afriqiyah Airways Airbus A320 departed from Misrata, Libya, bound for Istanbul, Turkey, as Flight 974. Approximately 25 minutes after departure, as the aircraft was climbing through flight level 310, the crew reported a loss of cabin pressure and initiated an emergency descent. After declaring an emergency, the crew elected to turn back towards Misrata, which is a hub for the airline. The aircraft landed on runway 15 after about an hour in the air, and 35 minutes after beginning their emergency descent. On the afternoon of Tuesday, October 5, a Eurowings Airbus A320 was operating flight 7537 from Málaga to Hamburg. The aircraft was tracking northeast and climbing when the crew stopped the climb at flight level 140 and reported a hydraulic problem. They advised they'd need to return to Málaga and stop on the runway. While the crew burned fuel, ran checklists, and prepared for the approach, air traffic control vectored the aircraft to the southwest to keep them within the Seville terminal area airspace. Once ready, the crew approached runway 13, where they landed safely after about an hour in the air. After stopping on the runway for about 20 minutes, the aircraft was towed to a stand near Terminal 1.